Hey everyone. At the end of every section, so for example, right now we're in the Getting Started module. At the end of every section, there's going to be a video that I'll put together for you guys that'll kind of go through a summary of the module, high level, and then the things that I think are really important. And then I'll also do an introduction of the next module. So we'll start out with a video in each module, sort of, hey, how are you? I'll talk a little bit about what some of the objectives are, what the key points are in the module, and then give you the opportunity to go through the materials. And then we'll have a closing video where I'll talk a little bit about what I think is important and what I think you should take away, and then what you should be thinking about as you get your mind around the next module that you're going to shift into. And so with the Getting Started module, what I'd like to do is kind of focus on that and kind of walk through all of that information that you just went through. And I want to have you guys keep a couple things in mind. I think the first thing is that keep in mind that this is your first full online course in the program. Prior to this, you've been in face-to-face settings, bimodal settings, some online, some face-to-face with instructors. Last semester, you were with an instructor, and then we had COVID, and so that changed everything. Put all of us into a whole different brain and a whole different mindset. And so this is your first fully online course, and so we're going to learn together. You guys are going to learn, I'm going to learn, we're going to get better at delivering the course in an online forum. So be patient with yourself, be patient with me, please. If you have suggestions on how I can do something better, I'm interested in doing it. I've taught online at Capella, University of Phoenix in the past, so I'm comfortable in an online setting, but this is a different organization, different technology, and so I really want to make sure that you guys are getting every single thing you can possibly out of the course of value. And so keep me posted, give me feedback around what we can do differently, or even what's working would be helpful. Also, second piece I wanted to bring up is that we are loading. It's summer semester, and so I always hated summer courses because it's like I should be at the beach right now or laying in the sun. I should not be in a course. I should be sitting in a pool. But when you're a student, your focus is on hands on deck. Let's get through this program. Let's do whatever we need to do because eventually this will all be a memory, being in classes in the summer. And so summers are never easy semesters to be in, but they go by fast. And oftentimes the content and the pace goes by quickly, and then you're done with a couple more courses. And so summer courses really do have some value. But remember, we're taking 16 weeks of content, we're compressing it and putting it into a 9-week format. And so that's going to accelerate things a bit. And then also we're taking two huge concepts, oftentimes in programs, strategic planning and healthcare marketing or marketing are really courses that are delivered separately. And so here we've jammed them into one course. And so that's another piece. And then again, it's summer. And so that's never easy to be in school in the summertime. So the pace will be fast. We'll clip along it pretty rapidly. A lot of content to get through, but I'm confident that as you hold up and deliver on your end of the commitment in terms of doing the assignments, doing the readings, watching the videos, that you'll really get some value out of the course. And so my goal is really to make sure that everything that I'm giving you are things that you can actually put in practice in your professional life as you're in your work in your healthcare role. So next thing I want to do is I want to go through the Getting Started module, highlight the things that I think were important, and there's a lot of them. Probably the most important thing is that you want to make sure that you focus on all of the items that are outlined there from a high level, and then I'm going to go into the syllabus in detail to make sure you're tracking on that. Watch the video of me getting to know me a little that is posted first, just to get to know the instructor. I do a brief intro. So watch that. And there's also an opportunity at the end of the module for you to tell us a little bit about yourself. And I had thought about making it a requirement for you to put together a video and share with us on camera a little bit about yourself, your background, etc. But I decided that since this was the first online course, I'd pass on that. But I think it's a good idea for you to get practice in front of a video camera. WebEx and Teams meetings are not going away. They're going to accelerate. And so the better you can get at being in front of a camera, interacting virtually with people will always serve you well. So watch the video of me, a brief intro about myself. I also have information on how to to connect with me, there's a way in the syllabus that outlines how to connect with me for a pre-scheduled video call. I like to do video calls. I think it's every chance that we can get to interact face to face. I want to take advantage of that. So let's move on now to the syllabus, which is in the module. And the syllabus really is the meat of the program. It's an important document. It's sort of our guidelines for the course. And you'll see there the office hours information. You'll see there also the student learning objectives are outlined there. And there are 10 of those. And so those are the objectives for this course. These are the things that I'm hoping that you'll be able to do after the course is complete. And you'll also find within the syllabus the program learning objectives. And very much like this idea around strategic planning, where you have high-level goals, we have program goals in the MHA program, and those then are transcribed into individual courses where we have course goals, which are student learning objectives. And then within every module, we'll have also goals for you, or things that we want you to achieve as you go through the module. And so that's exactly how it is in work, right? Around strategic planning, you want to make sure that the organization has identified their high-level goals. Those translate into individual divisions or departments. And then every individual is on board with how the work that we do will impact the broader perspective or the higher level organizational goals. Within the syllabus, there's also the outline of the point value in the 3 assignments. There'll be 3 kinds of assignments. We'll have the course will be broken up into a strategic planning component up front and then a marketing component on the back. And with the strategic planning course, you'll have written assignments for each module that you'll be expected to complete. There'll be discussion posts, and then points values are outlined in the syllabus, and then there's also in the syllabus detail about each of those 3 different assignments, what's required. There's also in the getting started section a tab on the course rubrics, and so you can see from a rubric perspective how are the discussion posts graded, how are the written assignments graded. That's the overview of the sort of the goals, and then within the syllabus, there's the textbooks are listed again. There's 2 of them, which sometimes people get crazy about. Oh my God, I got to buy 2 textbooks. But keep in mind, we're combining 2 courses into one, and both the Thomas and the Ginter textbooks are excellent resources. They're textbooks that you're going to want to read. They're well written. They're sort of table stakes in health administration programs. They've been writing these books for a long time. We have the most current versions available now. Thomas was published 2020, Ginter's 2018. And so I think you'll find the books helpful. I think you'll find them applicable to the work that you do every day. The course calendar is also listed in the syllabus. It's also a separate section within the Getting Started module if you want to access it yourselves. And basically what I try to do is I outline the week, the module number, the topic that'll be covered that week, and then what the assignments are. And there's always going to be things to watch. There's going to be things to read. There's going to be things to scan. There's going to be things to study. And then I'll wrap up with a closing summary of the course, and then an intro into the next course. And so you'll have that information available for you also. And so those are all outlined in the assignment section, both of the syllabus and in the course calendar, under course content, course calendar in the module. A couple things on the syllabus I want to draw your attention to is that at week 4, we'll start making our transition from the strategic planning focus into the marketing focus. And the last part of the syllabus is really the standard University of Texas language around attendance, participation, late submissions. Please read that and review that carefully about how we manage late assignments. There's specific due dates around written assignments that are time sensitive, and so you want to adhere to those. And there is a penalty if you submit late, unless there's some emergency, and we talk about that offline. So that's the overview of the syllabus. Make sure to look at that. Again, I said there's a course calendar also, which is a component of the syllabus in the Getting Started module. You also have the student learning objectives within your Getting Started module. The course rubrics are available as separate tabs, as well as the marketing assignment and Oh, there's something in there I think is important for you guys to draw your attention to, and that's the discussion board etiquette. One of the things that's troubling right now is when you think about people when they post in a discussion in a written forums. Think about Facebook, Twitter, all these other social media mediums. You think about things online. People post, they're not thoughtful about their posts oftentimes. And so it's the same thing with email in an organization. Keep in mind that what you say when you're writing and communicating in writing, it's absolutely critical that all of us as leaders within healthcare learn how to communicate crisply and clearly without a lot of um, uh, additional narrative that doesn't capsulize the message. And so there are some guidelines on discussion board etiquette. I think you'll find them to be helpful. There's a photograph, an infographic of 15 points on discussion board etiquette. There's also a narrative there for those of you who want to read it. And so I would encourage you to please look into that and to read that website and use those principles when you're posting in your discussion boards. Because not having dialogue in a classroom is replaced with discussion boards. And so it's very important that as you post, that you follow the etiquette and also that you use the discussion board posting process as a way for you to really learn how to think and how to support the views that you have based on facts and based on information that you've taken not only from yourself but from that you've synthesized but from other sources. And that's really how the great American mind works, is that they have beliefs and thoughts on things that are based on facts and based on how our brains work and how we take in information and formulate opinions. Just saying, I believe this because is not how we want to be in academia. We want to believe things, and because of what we've learned, what other people are helping us to think through, other sources of information that we're learning as we're on our journey to become folks who are strong in our convictions and in our thinking. And that's an important part of the learning process. And so with that's an overview of the course syllabus and of the Getting Started module. I want to make sure you do introduce yourself. We want to get to know all of you. And then get ready for the next module. And module 1 really covers the whole topic around, it's really our entry into strategic planning. And I want to get your mind around using a different term than strategic planning. I want you to start thinking about something called strategic management. Strategic planning has historically been where a group would come together, they'd look at a bunch of information, market scans, strengths of their organization internally, weaknesses of their organization, opportunities for improvement within the organization, the external market, what kind of threats were in the emerging market. And so those ideas are very important around thinking out strategically. But there's also a part of, and sort of the way things are being thought now is where strategic planning is really a component of what we call strategic management. And Ginter's going to approach it from that perspective. And really, he talks about strategic management being really a leadership skill that encompasses strategic planning. It encompasses setting direction, it encompasses managing change, and a number of things are under the umbrella of strategic management. So what I want to do as we go forward in the course is look at the concept of strategic planning under the umbrella of strategic management. So I think it's a great topic. I think you're going to learn and take away principles and things that will help you in your job. And I'm looking forward to learning myself and also be a part of your learning process. And now let's move on to the next module.